Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be decorating my entryway and the mantle in my living room for fall. First, we're going to be starting out with the entryway. I love this little space here next to my door, and I've sometimes had a hard time deciding what to put here, but once I found this little table, it made it so much easier for me to decorate. This sign was one that I saw at Hobby Lobby this year, and I fell in love with it. I immediately knew that I wanted it in this space. I was having a hard time at first deciding if I wanted the bucket or the vase. I ended up going with the vase because of the flowers that I had selected for this area, which you'll see here in a minute. I then just added a candle that I got from a yard sale this year, along with that little basket, to my shelf. These dried flowers I found at the Dollar Tree. They were $1.25 per stem, so I picked up 3 of them, and I knew that I wanted them to go here with this sign. I thought that they really just added a little extra something here. And since I have so many bright colors throughout the house with the oranges and the turquoises, I thought that this would be a really good neutral for this area. And then, of course, I had to add a couple of pumpkins. I love the chevron pumpkin that I got last year. I believe it was at Home Goods. I love the neutral of it, but it also has a pop of the burnt orange on top, which I really like. Then I added a couple more smaller pumpkins to the top, and of course we need a little bit more light here. I typically have a lamp that sits on this table, but I figured with the candles that I really wouldn't need it. This isn't a very big area, and the candles put off enough of a glow that it really warms up this area at night. And then I wanted to try to make the other pumpkin there work, the kind of like darker orange pumpkin, but I felt with the neutral vibe that I had going here, it was a little too much, so I decided against it. I then just added some little wooden sticks that I had also gotten at the yard sale with that basket. I thought this would just bring a little bit more of that neutral kind of woodsy look that I was going for here. And then, of course, I needed to add some leaves. I really wanted those brown ones to work, but once I got to working with them, I decided that they may come in handy in another part of the house, and I actually liked the look of the bigger ones instead. If you've seen my mantle, dining room mantle decorate with me, these are the same leaves that I put on the back of my mantle. I just took and popped them on a stem from some older leaves that I had. I simply popped them off and popped these on, and I really liked the way that that turned out. And this is the final look for this area. I really love the way that it all came together. And then it was time to move on to the mantle. I decided this year, rather than buy a larger garland for this area, that I would try to make one with some leftover stems that I had. And of course, before we can start on the garland, we have to make sure we have our command hooks to hold everything in place. I grabbed these 2 vine garlands from Hobby Lobby last week. They were $8.99 a piece, and then of course with the 40% off, it was such a steal. And I figured these would make a great base for my mantle. I have to say, because it wasn't quite long enough, I was a little bit nervous about how the middle would end up looking, or if it would end up looking like it was too much, but it ended up turning out really good. I loved that these beaded areas were so easy to just wrap around. It made it easy to secure my stems, and I didn't have to add the additional floral wire and things like I did to the mantle in my dining room. So I just kind of fluffed these out so that I could get to work placing my stems. I bought all of these stems, I want to say it was 2 years ago. I used to have some large, like, planters that I hung on the wall, and they needed longer stems. I've since gotten rid of those, so I ended up not using these last year. And I knew that I really wanted to make them work somewhere this year. And just like with every other floral project, it takes some time to get everything just the way you wanted. As you'll see, I struggled with these leaves pretty much throughout the creation of this garland, but it turned out so beautiful that it was worth it. Once I had those 3 in place, I decided that I would just mirror what I had done on the other end. I want to take just a minute to thank you all for watching my videos and commenting and subscribing. I am fairly new to YouTube, and it has just brought me so much joy to see how much support that I am getting here. And if this is your first time seeing one of my videos, welcome and thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoy this video and that you will decide to subscribe and join my YouTube family. I am so grateful for every single person that clicks on my video. Once I had the sides mirrored, it was then time to go in and start filling towards the middle. Some of these were a little trickier because where the vine was so much thicker towards the middle, I had like a harder time kind of getting the stems to really adhere where I needed them to. Have you started decorating for fall yet? I know now that we are getting more towards the end of August that I've been noticing more people starting to decorate. When do you start? Do you wait until September, or are you like me and you start early? Let me know in the comments below. I still have some fall videos coming up. Next week, I'm going to be sharing a crafting video with some DIY home decor. I still have some areas that I need to add some things to. Because I used so much of my decor this year in my dining room, I have some places that I need to fill in, and I love to craft, and I have so much craft stuff that I figured I would make some things to add this year. I'm trying to be very intentional with what I buy and bring into my home, as well as make sure that I'm using what I have. And this is the final look for the garland. It turned out so beautiful. I don't even know that the video does it justice. When I walk into the living room, I can't help but smile when I look at it. And then it was time to just fill in some areas on top of the mantle. I have a little bit of trouble decorating this area because we have these lights on both sides of the TV. It doesn't really give me room to have height. And of course, I had to find a way to hide those cords. That is one of the things that drives me absolutely crazy. So I used a couple of books to prop this sign up and hide those cords. And then, of course, I had to try to hide the books, but I'd much rather they show than the cords. I got these pumpkins last year at the Dollar General, and they light up and make this really pretty glow, but I couldn't get into where the battery goes. I need to find my little screwdriver so that I can change those batteries out. And then it was just getting the last little details right. I had this bucket that I got last year, also from the Dollar General, and since I had some of those stems left, I thought I would pop them in there, and I'm just going to hope that my cats don't decide to drag them through the house. Anytime I put something down low like this, it never fails. They will find a way to drag it out. I had just enough stems to fit in this perfectly, and it really helped bring this area together. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you found some inspiration from this video. I'll see you in the next one.